Hello, sports fans. I'm Bill Stetka, Director of Alumni for the Baltimore Orioles. Welcome to another edition of How About That? I want to tell you a story about what was almost Brooks Robinson's last home game at Memorial Stadium in 1976. Brooks actually finished his career in 1977, but there was a point in the 76 season where everyone thought that would be his last year. Brooks started at third base during the 76 season, but by June he was only hitting about 150. Doug DeCences had replaced him, and there was a lot of speculation that Brooks would finally retire at the end of the year. So on September 29th, a chilly Wednesday night, 8,100 fans showed up for the last home game at Memorial Stadium as the Orioles played the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers led 6-3 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. But nobody left because Brooks was due up in the bottom of the inning. Even before PA announcer Rex Barney introduced Brooks, the fans rose and cheered like crazy. While everyone was standing and cheering, including me, I noticed that Brewers first baseman George Scott was motioning to the pitcher, Bill Castro. After taking a ball for the first pitch, Brooks hit what looked like a batting practice fastball, looping it into shallow center field for a base hit. As the crowd rose and kept cheering, I noticed Scott motioning to the pitcher, kind of nodding his head. Within seconds, Bob Baylor was running out to pinch run for Brooks. Brooks was trotting across the diamond toward the Orioles dugout. He waved to the fans, but even as the next two hitters for the Orioles came to the plate, the crowd kept cheering. You know, we want Brooks, we want Brooks. Well, as it turned out, Brooks didn't retire. He came back in 1977 as a player coach before finally retiring on August 21st because Rick Dempsey, who was injured, needed to be activated. In the mid-'80s, I was a sports writer covering the Orioles, and I ran into George Scott, who was by then scouting. I asked him about that last game in '76, not to write about it, just for my own edification. I said, "Did you signal that pitcher to lay one in for Brooks?" Well, Scott was never a fan of sports writers, and as he walked away, he said, "Nah, never happened." Then he turned, smiled, and winked at me. It's all I needed to know. I've never told that story publicly before. I'm Bill Stetka of the Baltimore Orioles, and this has been another edition of How About That?